Okay, so how's everybody doing? So in this tutorial, I want to show you how easy it is to clean an airbrush if you're willing to use IPA isopropyl alcohol 55% or 50% to 99%, it does not matter, with Tamiya acrylic paints. Okay, now why is that important? Well, okay, if it's difficult or you have to spend ugly time cleaning your airbrush, you're never going to use it. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, nobody wants to clean an airbrush just because they want to shoot a tiny amount of weathering on a truck of a locomotive or something on their bridge or their scenery. They're going to be turned off by it and they're not going to bother. But if it's easy to clean your airbrush, like I say, in under 2 minutes to flush it and put it away, then you're going to use your airbrush more, right? And if you use your airbrush more, which is practice, your confidence is going to go up. And when your confidence goes up, your skill level increases dramatically. And once that happens, you're not afraid to use your airbrush. You're not afraid to clean it. You're going to put in all that extra time. You're going to grow and you're going to learn and you're going to totally transform everything you paint, including scenery, concrete asphalt surfaces, bridges, buildings, locomotives, weathering, rolling stock, trees, water, etc., etc. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean your airbrush so that you too can pick up an airbrush and learn to use it and not be intimidated by cleaning it. Okay, so I just want to show you how I clean my airbrush. There's two types of cleanings I do. There's just the flush that I do after a paint session, and I only do a thorough kind of breakdown maybe once every 6 months. If an airbrush is really bad, which won't happen with isopropyl alcohol Tamiya paint, but if you use solvent, Umbro, enamel paint, you have to do a tear down. Sometimes you got to do a vibration clean. You know, but that's with the type of paints that build up over time and you can't get it loose inside. But I've never had that problem with acrylics with IPA. So all I do is I just blow the color out. Dump it out, just blow the color out. And then I put some IPA in like this. And then I put my finger over the end, like to back flush, okay? So there's paint down through here through the gravity feed nozzle chamber. So to back, so you want to like shoot some IPA through like that, just clean, just blow some and get it lubed up, and then put your finger over and then just pull it back, and so it all bubbles up, so it back flushes and then it flushes through again. That way you can get any paint that's dislodged or hanging around in there, like any kind of pigment, but the IPA will really dissolve it. It'll even dissolve old Tamiya paint, which is incredible. That's why I never had a problem with this airbrush, right? Okay, so then once that's done, then you just pull the needle like this, and then take a rag with a little bit of IPA, and then give it a wipe. You might have to do this a couple of times to get the paint off the needle, and then pop it in again, and then just do another quick flush. Once again, IPA is cheap, right, in comparison to what. All right, so, and then just keep blowing it till it blows clear. And that's it, you're done, right? Now you can use Windex. I'll just add this. You can use Windex to clean too. But the problem with Windex is if you don't flush the Windex out, that blue fluid or whatever that chemical property is, it's an ammonia base, but there's a blue dye in there. It'll actually dry and stick up everything like your needle. It turns gummy over time. So if you do use Windex, make sure you flush afterwards with IPA just to get it nice and clean, and then you can oil it up. Now I'll show you how I do a breakdown when I want to do a more thorough clean, okay? Okay, so it's time maybe to clean the airbrush here. I haven't done a thorough cleaning, or the standard cleaning that I do every 6 months or so. Actually, I haven't cleaned this airbrush since the beginning of the project, which started a year ago. So I'll show you what I do to clean my airbrush. And like I say, this airbrush is it's at least 25 years old now. I have, several in my kit. I have a few Iwatas and some Badgers and Omni, Vega, This one's my favorite though. This Omni 5000 made in USA. You can still get this actually. I think I've left links below, but if you just Google up Omni 5000 USA, you'll find this. This is the best dual action airbrush for the money, bar none. Believe me, I've used them all. And nobody can tell by looking at a model what airbrush they use to paint it with anyway. But you want reliability. And furthermore, if you want reliability, don't shoot solvents and enamels through your airbrush. Shoot IPA and Tamiya. Look, you can choose the paint you want. You can do Vallejo, whatever. That's fine. But you'll never ever have a clogged airbrush if you use IPA and Tamiya acrylic paint. Never. Anyway, there's no need to do that. Not with IPA, because IPA actually cleans while it's shooting paint through your airbrush, so they're so easy to clean. Like, if you ever get paint clogged, or like if you leave them, isopropyl will just basically just loosen all that old pigment. See, there's a little bit in there, dark coming out, so I shoot a lot of dark colors. And I use this brush, like an old brush that I dedicate to it, a fairly stiff bristle. Like, look, see that coming out? All right. And then the cup here. And then I'll take this tip off and clean it too, but I don't always, because I don't find paint builds up inside of there. I find it builds up on the outside right here. So I often just give it a stab like one of these. And then I run the needle through until it runs clean. Okay, so then next what I do is I drop in my trigger. Okay, which just cleans up real easy. Find that plunger just to line it up with. And then this is the little pin, like, what I call the throttle pin, that sits in there like that. And here's the retainer collar with a spring that you need to put in there, and this is to adjust the tension on the trigger. I like it tight because it resists me pulling back. If it's too loose, then you make mistakes. You bring paint on too fast or too much. If you dial this in really tight, but it's personal preference, then you seem to have more control of your paint as you're pulling back, because air is always going to be the same, right? You can only regulate the air through your compressor. Right, like you regulate your air pressure through your compressor, but you regulate your paint with the trigger as you pull back. You just push down and hold it all the time down, and then just pull back a little bit at a time, and you can control any amount of paint that you want. And especially when you thin it, like when you really thin the paint down, it's just so nice. And then if you want to build it up, you just stay in the area longer. So I like to put a little bit of oil on this as well, too, like the oil on the threads, a little bit of oil in there, just to get rid of that sort of sticky, because when you clean them, they get a little sticky. And then I'll just put that retainer. This little needle retainer, I lost this one, so I used I think it was off one of the versions of the Iwatas, and it sort of threaded on there, but I was in a bind, and it works fine. Another reason why I love this airbrush. And this is the same needle I've always had for 25 years. I just clean it with 2000 sandpaper every now and again. And that just slides in. I just lock it in place like that. And she's good to go.